The days just keep getting creamier and creamier, but unfortunately the internet gets less and less creamy, unless you're on the good side of it. So there's kind of this broader outer internet, which is made up of all these news conglomerates and mega corporations that are constantly psyoping you and each other. And then there's the lower internet, which is really cool. There's a few different pieces of technology you need to be on the lower internet, and one of the big ones is a search engine. So my search engine of choice is Kagi because, I mean, it's just got hella features, bro. So let's go over the features. The first feature, like DuckDuckGo, it has bangs. There are a few of my favorite bangs. I like Bang Explorer, and now we can search, like, let's say history. Boom. Now we'll jump in and we're searching history in this open source tool, which shows us all the bangs we can jump to. And let's say British History Online. Yeah, let's see if they've got something about the 7 Years' War. BHO, 7 Years' War. Boom. Not really sure how long the 7 Years' War was, but I think we can find it. Looks like we had to go through a Cloudflare CAPTCHA. That's just because of my VPN, most likely. And I'll get into the VPN and the browser and all that stuff. Maybe I also want to search on my own custom search engine. So let's look up grape nuts on... oh, I did the order wrong, but it still worked. So this is my custom, well, it's not it's my mentor's custom CRX instance on a dedicated server. So if you were thinking about leaving that proprietary bloatware comment, you can leave that at the door. That's right, I use Vim and Emacs. I have no tool allegiance whatsoever. So let's look at the actual search results. Why is this so good? So first of all, the key bindings are phenomenal. I have Vimium bypasses for a lot of these. The big ones are we can use J and K to scroll through results, and then we can hit enter to open the results. That's pretty nice. Then we can hit I to go to images, V to go to videos, and it's taking a sec to load this, but it's just because of my Wi-Fi connection. It's not, oh, uh-oh. Is Tintin a Nazi too now? Shit. You can see all the keyboard shortcuts by hitting question mark. Never mind, that's my Vimium shortcuts. But if we hit insert, never mind, I turned that off. God damn it. Okay, how am I gonna get the Kagi keyboard shortcuts? I don't know. Well, let's search keyboard, Kagi keyboard shortcuts. Cool. Alrighty, that's good enough. There are a lot of cool ones, like a lot of cool ones. You can jump through. Oh, assistant is nice, so we could like, let's go back to Tintin. I think we could do like Tintin question mark, and the question mark is going to add AI summary. The AI summary is not built in by default, which is really nice. But let's hit A to go to our assistant, and then let's be like, switch to the new assistant. Oh shit! All right, let's give it a go. Let's go. Was Tintin a Nazi? I don't know, but we'll see. And this I like a lot better than the kind of bigger, scammier companies. I don't know. Nuanced historical questions. So the answer is yes. Then it's got a bunch of logical operators you can add to make your searches very complicated. And at this point, you've probably realized, wait, Vim motions by default? These guys are, you hit G to focus the search bar. The developers of this service are maybe actually pretty competent devs. Maybe they're not slimy people that vibe code everything. So Kagi is a paid service. You could have your own custom CRX if you were willing to host it on a dedicated cluster, but that's going to cost time and money as well. The reason I support these guys so vehemently is they're just really nice. The CEO just goes and he talks to his community. He actually listens to them. He listens to feedback. He's just like an actual Giga Chad. I don't actually know that much about his personal history, so if that take doesn't age well, like, it's literally me just guessing based on the fact that he added Vim motions, but that's pretty much enough for me to make an adequate character judgment. Then I also love this feature, lenses. This lets you create custom kind of ranges of sites you see stuff from. So I have one called Objective Truth, which only gives me results from verified peer-reviewed journals. So I'll use this for behavioral research. What are the enrichment categories? Actually, let's use text-to-speech. What are the enrichment categories in behavior? Boom. And there we go. You can see with this advanced lens and, well, the question mark added this quick answer, but we're getting results from only specifically research papers. And I'm getting CAPTCHA'd up the wazoo because of my VPN, but And the way this works, like lenses in the settings, so if we go to Kagi settings, Kagi, and we go to lenses, you can see this objective truth lens. Basically, you just pass in a bunch of comma-separated links to things you like. Okay, so that's things you like. How do you get rid of the shit nobody likes? Let's look at something that would be kind of slop, like, I don't even want to say his name. What are the pedophiles in the government up to these days? Let's turn off objective truth mode. Wikipedia is decent, but let's see. Maybe we'll get. I mean, most of these results are decent. I was hoping one of the horrible news outlets would come up, but if that does, Politico, I don't really know. The Hill, New York Times. I'm sick of the New York Times. Like, yeah, whatever. Whatever. You're liberal guys. We know you have hidden corporate agendas. You can hit on this little thing and be like, you know what? Actually, this is slop. You guys are slop. Goodbye. And there's a communal block list of who's slop. So you can see the search stats. This was so cathartic for me, bro. Look at what's blocked by most people. Pinterest, get out of here. All of these slop sites. You are slop. You are gone. And we can share like a block list as the lower internet. Goodbye, outer internet. Goodbye, psyops. Goodbye, slop. Goodbye, corporate garbage. So next time one of these sites, especially Quora, god damn did I hate Quora, or W3 Schools. So you guys could show up in my search results. You could log all my keys. You could try to phish me. You could sell all my information to advertisers. You could be scumbags. Or you could unzip my fly and suck on both my balls. And it's great because you have this kind of 5-column system where it's like, well, you know, maybe Reddit isn't the worst ever. Like maybe there's like 10 people left on that site that have some brain cells and you want to like just lower it instead of completely block it. Personally, it's gone for me. But so now all my search results are research papers or my custom search engine. But you can also do a whole lot more with bangs and stuff. So I'll give a little thing. Let's look up grape nuts, the best cereal ever made objectively, and go to images. Oops, I did that super suboptimally with Vimium. Yuck, I just wasted like 10 microseconds. Now I'm gonna do YFTS to grab that to clipboard. So Vimium, you can do Y and then F and then it'll copy links. Now we're gonna go to the URL with Control L. Now we're gonna go bang image, which is a shortcut I have, paste that in, and we'll go to this image ops analysis site. Now I can pull down all the different versions of it. We can kind of get a trace of where this has been. You can do all kinds of shit with this. You can pass this into a custom service running on your dedicated cluster or your friend's dedicated cluster. You don't gotta know how to host this shit. You just gotta have friends that do it, and they'll set you up with a whole lower internet setup. Okay, next up is the browser. I left it for a while. So this is the Helium browser. Why do I like it? It's fast, it's minimal, it's Chromium, it has uBlock origin built in like every single browser should, because we don't want to see ads ever. Like, why would you ever watch an ad? And then my extensions are basically that, Vimium, and then Raindrop. Raindrop is the other big one. So Raindrop, for my team and I, this is our bookmark manager. This is also paidware, but if you know a FOSS alternative, by all means, let us know. The only problem with FOSS stuff is these days a lot of it's vibe coded and the developer isn't really incentivized to work if they're not paid. And so oftentimes it's like they have a full-time job and this is kind of their part-time gig. I fully believe in paying for high quality software because this service is phenomenal. So it allows you to save all these links pretty instantly, share them with your team, sync files, share them. So my mentor keeps all the like papers we read together in here and other like miscellaneous YouTube videos. It has a feature where you can archive all of these things offline so that you can review them later. We can share people, we can connect it to RSS so it feeds directly into a Discord channel. It's awesome. Raindrop has got all the features. If you want to self-host this though, by all means, give us a shout. Now, Kagi isn't perfect, but their CEO is such a chiller, such a Chad, and nobody's paying me to say any of this, by the way. Well, it's all under the table. You wouldn't know about it if it was, but which, by the way, is like every mainstream news network ever does all these shady deals behind the scenes. Like, yeah, they don't pay us, but like knows the guy. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's not really paid. Like, I'm not getting anything for doing this. I just enjoy their project, but it's like, if you start shaking hands with some big boys, like, just endorsements are going to fall out of the air. So beware of those biases, but genuinely Kagi is like the best search engine by far right now. A couple things though that I would like to see: feature requests. If you actually fulfill my feature requests, guys, like I'll do anything for you. I mean, I'm already like selling out so hard, but so they have custom CSS. Boom. Vim and custom CSS. Like clearly the people that develop this are developers. You know what I mean? Because there's developers and then there's developers. You know what I mean? The vibe coding bros. Custom CSS. I tried this, to be honest. Not a great implementation of this feature because I can't really. First of all, I don't want to write CSS, bro. It's 2026. We have agents to write CSS. Second of all, I can't immediately see the reflection of these changes. Sorry, someone's mowing the lawn out there. I tried to make a cool ass thing, so I got my agent right to vibe code up. All right, so let's grab that CSS, paste it in, save changes. I don't know. Nothing seemed to happen. Weird. Okay, Moomin, finish comic. Misspelled finish, but whatever. Yeah, that didn't really seem to do anything. It used to work, and it also like didn't look that good. What I would prefer, Kagi team, is if you had a little like customization thing on this where like you pulled up an agent and then you described in plain English like, I would like this UI feature moved around, I would like this and this and this, and then it can do that stuff. But that would be, I think, a better implementation of custom CSS in my opinion. And as well, like you could just abstract the fact that it's CSS. Like the other problem I have with Kagi personally is it's so bursting with flavor and creativity and love that it's like, what's even going on? Lenses, custom block lists, slop canceller features, all these advanced features, all these bangs. It's like, dude, I'm a Vim user and I'm intimidated by this. So that is something else in the onboarding experience, I would say, but I got a pro to sit down and explain it to me. Then next up is the Proton suite. So Proton, just leak my entire mail right here. Proton is just Google but better. Have you noticed that Google fucking sucks now and they died and they were stripped of all their talent by OpenAI? Like, let's look at what Google has done in the last... They made this their logo. Bro, why? Nobody fucking asked for that. This sucks. That's not a spreadsheet. That is a partially complete tic-tac-toe board with a vibe-coded gradient. Can we zoom in on this more? Like... Bro, why does the gradient not reach? You guys have every graphic design resource in the world and you still decided to shill vibe-coded slop. Bleep off. Also, stop selling my fucking data and stop making Chrome so bloated and slow. Anyway, enough hating. On to the loving. So Proton Mail, excellent. The Proton Suite in general, Proton Drive, phenomenal. Proton Drive just plugs into my file system, so like I keep all my game assets in Proton Drive. And let's see. Yeah, you can see it's just nice. It syncs quickly. I have my own kind of chasm file syncing with dedicated servers between teammates, but we also use Proton because it's easily accessible. Then Proton Pass as well kind of replaced KeyPass for me just based on user experience, and it's cross-platform. The whole Proton, like they technically are like a proprietary cloud company, but at a certain point, bro, we gotta stop the LARP, you know? Like, it's cool to use Arch Linux, or it's cool to use OpenBSD, or even TempleOS, but bro, we're all in a surveillance state. It really doesn't matter. If you're watching YouTube, it's over. They already know all of your deepest, darkest secrets. Just give in to the convenience, give in to the iPhone, give in to the... Bro, you're not hiding from anyone with your little Cyrix paranoia engine. Like, the keylogging is at the OS level and in even TempleOS, bro. You don't think Terry wrote a backdoor in? You don't think that was a psyop from the CIA? Like, why did he mention the CIA so much? I'll let you guys in on a little secret. I'm planning to make my own kind of version of TempleOS, but it's going to be more behavior themed. Like, it's going to train you into being a power user using scientific behavior. It's going to be super weird and esoteric and religious themed. And yeah, you bet your ass I'm putting a keylogger, like, at the kernel level. Every single one of the keys in your keyboard is a microchip that's sending its presses individually via satellite to the CIA. I had to sign an NDA for my job, so I can't say too much more on this, but yeah, you are not escaping the surveillance state. We have you. Alright, so I just checked my schedule, and I'm not planning to have a schizophrenic breakdown for another 8 months, so I'll put that on the back burner. I guess I didn't mention earlier, Vimium, you can bypass certain keys because they kind of mess with the default key bindings of things. I still like to be able to scroll with D and U and focus with GI, but like scrolling with J is really nice, and then the other, like, you know, VI. There is so much slop now, it's outrageous. Like, all the AI generated stuff. They do have like a filter to get rid of all this AI generated stuff, but thank you, Kagi, for saving the internet. Then I also have the Tor browser and I guess an XMR wallet. Well, the XMR wallet isn't installed, but yeah, those technologies I kind of like to keep around just for when I'm feeling like a little too paranoid about the surveillance state, and I can kind of like kick it down the road like a couple of days before I realize, wait a minute, they have enough compute power now, it doesn't really matter anyway. I also really am a fan of the Helium browser's settings. Like, it's just minimal, it's simple. They also have frameless mode, which is really nice. Like, and I think every app in the future should have this kind of agent integration where you just describe what you want it to do. Because going through these settings manually is like so 2020, bro.